Welcome back to Weekend On with myself, Liesl Wilson. It's just after 6:30. It's time for your top stories at this hour. Miss Universe Zozibini Tunzi is home and vows to work to better the youth of South Africa. Learners in the Northwest tied to school to get to weekend catch-up classes. And Somaliland, a self-declared state of the Horn of Africa, sends a delegation to South Africa to lobby President Ramaphosa to declare them an independent state.
Won't you please show me some kindness? Could you come whisper some sweet words? Won't you please open up to me? I am so tired of fighting. Given so much of myself, no longer any left for me. Broken my soul into pieces, and I've left just crumbs for myself. So just for today, for the day, hey, hey, hey. Or for the day, for today, hey, hey, hey. I'd like you to call me sometime, or I would like you to meet me all the time. Yeah, I want you to call me all the time.
Now, born in Zimbabwe, coming of age in Egypt and flourishing in South Africa, Leon John is an artist whose music will literally put you in a trance, as I've experienced, and I'm sure you did too. The 24-year-old singer-songwriter has a deep, soulful presence and an evocative vocal range, and he joins us on Weekend On to chat about his journey today. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Liesl. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm in a spell. I've been taken elsewhere. Thank you for the healing presence that your music evokes through everyone. How did you, in fact, get into music? I mean, was it something you always knew you wanted to do?
Oh, yes, from a very, very young age. And I remember specifically being about 9 and watching Dreamgirls for the first time.
Yes.
And being entranced by everything that was going on. And my dad was sitting kind of right next to me, and I went up to him and I was like, Dad, 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 I found exactly what I want to do. I want to sing, I want to do exactly what it is that the people in the movie were doing. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And then lo and behold, multiple years later, here we are.
And so in terms of the support from your family, the understanding that this is not just a hobby, it's something you'd like to pursue as a career, were they supportive enough, or were they on board from the onset?
Yes, very much so. It was kind of hard to ignore, when I'm kind of blaring and belting in the house at 5 a.m. in the morning. So they have no choice but to kind of embrace it. But of course, being parents, there's a balancing act that needs to happen.
Yes.
And I also take into consideration the fact that they want me, you know, to succeed in life and to have things that other people do. And being in the music industry so saturated and chances of success are so limited. And so in order to kind of just ameliorate feelings, you go to university for a few years, you do that, and you have something to fall back on, and then you tick it off your list. And then after that's done, you're like, okay, you know, I've done this now. You can be safe and secure in the knowledge that, like, I won't be destitute, but now will you please give me the opportunity to then pursue my dreams, which is where I am now.
And so whilst you're studying and I guess honing yourself holistically, because that was the gift that they actually offered you through that.
Exactly.
I mean, where would you draw your inspiration from? How would you balance everything? I mean, you sing from somewhere beyond. So what are those themes that you're working through as you're trying to focus on school and live life and pursue the career?
Well, the thing with being a musician and an artist of any kind is that your art is your life. And so it becomes easy in that instance because you don't have to, you know, go far. You know, you use your life as inspiration, you use your friends, you use your own stories. And you just have to make it work, really. You really have to make it work because you love it so much. You know, there's no choice but to make it work.
So what are some of those themes you've drawn from those around you?
I mean, from my own perspective, I deal a lot with issues that affect people of my generation, issues like depression. I've lost a brother to suicide in 2010, and so the song I just sang, Now Somebody, was inspired by that and kind of imagining his last thoughts and his final moments before he took his own life. And so a lot of that is what you find in my music. Those are the issues that I deal with.
Your new song, Pray For Us.
I
mean, Pray For You, rather, sorry. I mean, we've seen it climb in the charts, it's been receptive, while obviously speaking to people and helping them heal. Did you expect this? I mean, it's one thing to be a vessel and channel the music. It's another thing for the people to run with it and take that baton and make it soar.
I'm always so grateful. I always pinch myself. I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe I'm sitting here right now. It feels like a fever dream almost. And so every little thing that I'm able to do, every little thing I'm able to accomplish, I'm always taken aback because in my mind I'm still singing at 5 a.m. in my parents' bathroom, you know what I mean, my parents' house. And so I don't know. All I can do is just to do what I'm able to do, and then everything else is cherry on the pie. And if I always say, if my work is able to communicate and to touch and to communicate with one person, then my work is done. And so for it to have done the things that it's doing now, given, of course, that I've only been doing this for the last 2-3 years officially. My first debut project came out in 2018, I think. And so it's really quite jarring, but I'm very grateful for it nonetheless. Please keep going, keep going.
Is there pressure to maintain that momentum, though? So
I try not to let it get to me. No. I try not to I try not to let it get to me because if I do that, then I won't be able to do anything. I'll become catatonic. I'll be anxious all the time, constantly trying to one-up myself. But thank God, everything that I've done, every new thing that I've done, has been able to surpass the old one. And so in that instance, I've been very blessed and very fortunate. I'm so grateful.
And it speaks to the growth and evolution of Leon John, the person, the artist, and I guess also fusing the business element of it. So looking at how you also balance that as well. You signed to anyone?
No, I'm independent. I'm very,
so that must be even more pressure.
It is, but thank God in the process of building my career, I've found people. I've got an excellent manager, Manchester Mahapa, who's been godsend. I've got an incredible publicist, Rachel Cruz, who's walked with me along the way. I've got an incredible support system within my own family, my cousins, my brothers. You know, they're always there for me, looking out for me and taking care of me and making sure that they help me to achieve this, all this.
Well, to live your dream.
Yeah, so I say I'm independent from a technical standpoint, but really, to be quite honest, it takes a village.
Exactly. So it's been dubbed the year of 2020. You've got your single, Pray For You, that's obviously out and rising. But what can we expect from you?
Well, speaking of Pray For You, I've got a music video, my first music video, coming out on February the 14th, so next week, Friday, featuring the most talented actress, Khalilizan Kaufman, who is a great friend of mine and was so fortunate, and I was so fortunate that she shared her talents with me, and it's directed by this incredible director called Brandon Campbell, and I can't wait to share it with people. It's very, very exciting.
Oh my gosh. I'm wondering, though, for someone to get to the point that you are, unearthing that that gift that you are.
Yeah.
I mean, there must have been challenges along the way.
Completely.
I mean,
there are challenges every day.
You mentioned the loss of your brother.
Yeah.
I mean, the other stumbling blocks as well. What were some of those challenges you've had to
Oh,
overcome?
God, there are challenges everywhere. Like you mentioned, I'm independent, so I don't have the institutional and structural support of the big record companies. And so doing something like putting out a single, it becomes a gargantuan task because it's concentrated on like one person, you know what I mean? But you know, above and beyond that, I try not to complain too much about it because I'm cognizant of the fact that I'm so fortunate that I get to do this, because there's so many talented people in the world, so many people that could be doing what I'm doing, but they don't have the opportunity. So I really try not to focus too much on the things that go wrong and focus rather on the things that go right.
What would you say your legacy will encompass?
Oh God, we're still so early to be talking about legacy. I don't know, I just...
You evoke, you know, different emotions from people as you also journey through your life. But at the end of it, that's the truth of who you are. So for me, as a consumer, that's what I've gotten.
Yeah.
What would you like to evoke through people, through your music?
I can't speak to say what I hope or predict that people will take from my work and take from my music. But if anything, I just hope it makes their existence a little better. You know what I mean? I hope it's not even sound cliche, it becomes a soundtrack of their lives, right? And it helps them to walk through life and confront their issues a little bit better, being that I've gone through, you know, these things. I don't know. It's a complicated question for me to answer right now, so I'll just save that for the time being.
And your work in progress,
yes,
right?
exactly.
I mean, they were expecting plenty more from you. Looking just at your journey, though, and of course, just what you have released, what makes you the most proud?
Everything, all of it. All of it. The opportunity to stand up and sing to people and have them listen and say the things that you're saying to me right now. That is every single day, every single moment that I get to wake up and hear things like that. When people send me messages in my DMs on Instagram, when they approach me on the street and tell me that they've heard my music and that it's done something to them, it's affected them in some way. Those are the greatest moments for me, and I hope to continue to do that perpetually until time everlasting, God willing.
How do we follow you?
I'm The Leon John on Instagram, The Leon John on Twitter, The Leon John on Facebook. All of it, just look for The Leon John.
Continuity at
Exactly.
Leon, thank you for sharing your story.
Oh
thank you for the gift that is you. And thank you for sharing just what you have. I mean, gratitude is the key to everything, and you seem to be living it. All the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you.